Hello everyone and welcome back to, I think this is episode 9 and should be the final episode unless I do additional follow-ups on this series. For crowdfunding for video games. I'm a little bit tired at the end here. I did all these recordings in one go and it does take a little bit of brain power to try to speak as correctly as I can within a so-called live environment. But a little bit of a summary. So, like I told in the first video, I did a rather large Kickstarter campaign. And we did it successfully. Would I do it again? Yes, I would. But with some caveats, I would be very, very careful about certain things. I think that Kickstarter and that type of like crowdfunding models is still a good idea, even for risk ventures like game development. I think that if done correctly, you do what you say you will do, you deliver, is a pretty awesome thing to be able to do. People do, like, for example, the project that I made here, it most likely would not have been made without crowdfunding. We want to see if there was audience and interest in this and such, right? Like, it's a great way to really test the interest of something, and it is also a good way to actually get at least a partial funding of a project. Like, proper video game projects, they cost much more than $200,000 even for small indie projects, and I don't think it's realistic unless for most projects, right? Unless you're like, if you can make like more than, let's say, $500,000 in crowdfunding, like, then your project is already very, very successful in my opinion. So like, I think that crowdfunding is really good for small projects that are trying to kind of get out of the, really trying to test like the market and see if we can make weird or cool things get made that we normally wouldn't. So I would do it again, but I would be careful about certain, like, in this series I talked a lot about the physical manufacture and processing and all of that. Like, there are, because of some inexperience with dealing with stuff, like we had some scary budget breaks, for example. And I would be more careful when planning these things out. But with the knowledge I have today, I would probably be more successful at it when scoping out the project overall. But it's still hard. So this is like, it's one of those things. But and it's also, crowdfunding is very special. Like, I know several of the backers by their kind of like online first name. I recognize the name, I recognize how they write and how they communicate, right? Like, I don't know them personally, but they are part of kind of like my like internet communication. Like, and they're real people, they care, they follow you up, they talk to you, they go like how they, the whole community aspect of crowdfunding is particularly awesome, and I think that is fantastic. And it can also, if you do a successful crowdfunding, you are pretty likely to, get support from your backers again, or some of them, right, that backed the previous project. So you can sort of build a business upon it, which is also pretty cool. And also in today's world, like being indie or independent, like these small businesses, like for example Rain Games or other small indie studios around the world, we are very bad at generally very bad at marketing, just because it's really hard to kind of breach the walls. We kind of have to get known in what I call grassroots marketing, where people just talk about you, like, and you do a little bit of social media and stuff like that. But it's like you can't compete with like today's world of their attention is a commodity, and absolutely everything in the world fights for that attention. So I think that it makes sense that people are trying to do these crowdfunding campaigns for even marketing purposes, because if you manage to just get a little bit of a community going, like it's so much better. But look, some bonus information for you here in the summary. One of the things that is sort of negative, for us that makes PC games, and let's say you publish on Steam, right? On Steam, there's a very a lot of the Steam store is driven by popularity algorithms. So when a lot of people review a game positively, ideally, that really affects like how well it will kind of go for you on that platform. But when you're doing crowdfunding, what you're doing is you're giving away a lot of Steam keys to your backers, most likely, right? Most video game campaigns do this. The problem is that once they receive that key, and they might write a review on Steam, that review is not being taken into account in the counting of a number of reviews and how it reflects the overall review score. So even though you think you might get like a bonus from having a lot of people playing the game on day one as an indie game creator, it won't actually help you all that much in terms of the discoverability of the game on Steam. So that's the little bonus info for you right there. But yeah, I support crowdfunding as a means to have certain game projects actually being made. Well, and other cool projects in the world. There are plenty of cool crowdfunding projects that might not otherwise have reached the surface. So I support it, and I would do it again. And overall, I had a very happy experience with doing a crowdfunding campaign. So thank you all so much for watching this series. I hope that some of it was helpful. Please ask me in the comments if there was anything that was unclear, or if you need some additional information. I might create some follow-up videos. Thank you for watching. See ya.